Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is BoxingWave, and this is going to be a spoiler review, okay? Real quick review. I'm not going to go too much into it like I normally do with films. I just need a little time to wrap my head around what I feel about this movie. I did a video about this movie months ago when I first saw the trailer. Terminator 2 is my favorite film of all time. I'm a huge Terminator fan. Terminator 1 is one of my favorite films of all time. Probably my favorite horror film because I know it's an horror slash action film. To me, it was horror because I grew up watching it as a very, very young child and it scared the shit out of me back then. All right. But Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time. And out of the three not so good films that came after that, I would say that Salvation was probably my third favorite film. Genesis was my fourth, and Terminator 3 was my least favorite out of the three. Terminator 3 is the only one that I really don't care to watch. All right, but I do watch Genesis and Salvation, especially Salvation from time to time. I still enjoy the action in those films, but Terminator 3 just I hate that film. All right. Anyway, look, I'm not gonna hold you guys, but this film reminds me of exactly what's wrong with everything in society. Period. I just think that this film could have been written in like 20 minutes. It's just like this zero character development, and I feel bad for people that's just watching this and they have no emotion behind this kind of film because they just not really into Terminators. Like if you saw Terminator 1 and 2 once or twice before, if you've never seen those films, there's no reason to care for a Sarah Connor, a John Connor. There's no reason to care for any of these characters because, you know, there's nothing there to care about any of these people. You probably don't even know what's going on and why these people are getting chased. But it's just, I don't even know where to begin. Because I really enjoy the action. Let's start off with that. I really enjoy the action in the film. Okay, I like the Rev 9. Okay, um, from the very opening action sequence was great. I loved it. The Rev 9 is extremely aggressive. I mean, outside of the T-2000 and the original Terminator, the T-800 from the original Terminator, right? Outside of those, I like the Rev 9 better than the other TX, the T-3000. I like Rev 9, okay? Just extremely strong, extremely fast, extremely intelligent. I mean, just hardcore. Like, all of those Terminators, the trailers really didn't do it for me, but the movie did. Like, I liked the way he was moving. He was just like a super Terminator, right? So I liked him, and I liked the action. You know, I like Grace as far as the fighting. I liked her. Just her fight scenes was really, really good. I don't care for her character. I didn't care for Danny. I didn't care for Arnold. To be honest with you, Arnold was just there. I mean, I'm glad Arnold was there. I like Arnold, but I didn't like him here any more than the other three films that came out, or the other two that he was in, Terminator 3 and Genesis. I didn't care for him any more than his character in those two films. All right, but look, it's just a microwavable film. Like, let's just kill off everything that got us to this point. Let's kill it off. We're gonna start the movie with killing off John Connor, the one person that we were protecting from the very beginning, and not even explain what happens when he's killed. You know, they just totally erase everything. He survives in T2. Then this movie, he's killed shortly after T2, right? Because you can tell from the CGI, which was incredible. I mean, the CGI of Sarah and John Connor looked amazing. I mean, it actually looked like them. Actually looked like they filmed it back then and just brought it today. You know, um, but they never went into detail about any of this. You know, they literally said, we want to make the savior a woman, so we're gonna kill him and then replace him with someone else. Not tell you what's happening in the movie, but when we finally reveal it, it's just, this is the leader of the future, and we're not calling it Skynet anymore. It's called Legion. That is probably the worst story development I've. I mean, I really hated what they did with Star Wars. And the Last Jedi. I haven't watched it once since. I really feel like they did what they did to the Star Wars franchise with this movie. You know, but even worse because I'm sorry. I'm trying to give a review, but I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything. I mean, what is there to really like outside of the action here? There's really nothing to like. Grace is the new protector, all right? She's an augmented human, so she's an enhanced human. I still don't really know exactly how she's enhanced. I mean, she's stronger and faster than the average human. She's capable of fighting hand to hand with a Rev 9, which is the most powerful Terminator that we've seen up to this point. So when she's cut and they're showing a little bit of her endoskeleton, is she a Terminator? Is she machine under that? I'm trying to wrap my head over like what exactly is she? You know, I know she keeps needing to get juiced up throughout the film, but what is she? First of all, and outside of her just being extra, her few macho lines in the film, what is there to really like about her? It's not even about her being a woman. It's about like what exactly about her character is there to really like? Like, you know, when there's a scene where in T2 when John Connor is trying to explain to the Terminator what feelings are and why does he, that's that's development. That stuff like that makes you care for the character. In this film, there's nothing there. They keep everything a secret, and when they finally reveal it, it's like a bullshit story. Like we literally we're gonna kill John off just to make the hero a woman, Danny. We're gonna kill him just for that and give her the exact same story. She's the future leader of another future. I mean, I'm assuming that the timelines have changed now because Grace's future is different as far as what Skynet is from the original future. So, but they don't go into detail about that neither. It's just, you know, and this whole, oh man, Arnold. Let's talk about Arnold, who's Carl in the film. Carl kills John Connor in the beginning of the film, and then he feels bad about it, so he he develops feelings. He's a Terminator. Like we know that because in the other T2 and he doesn't have any feelings. He's addressed all of these things. Now he was trying to understand, and yeah, there's a possibility that he understood what feelings by. But why would a Terminator want to develop feelings? Like, how does he just end up having a family with people that a woman just because he changed diapers? Like, it's it's a bad film, man. I enjoyed the action, so the action kept me there. It definitely felt like Fast and Furious is one of my favorite franchises ever. You know, I'm a big Fast fan. I'm a big Paul Walker fan. That's because I'm a big car dude. This really felt like one of the most recent Fast and Furious films, basically. Like you take one and five, right? I felt like one was great because that was the original one, just a bunch of street racers doing whatever. And then you took five, which was the new version where they basically made it an action film, right? And it was cool, you know. They built this whole family thing, but now it's just like, all right, now we're just trying to outstunt everything we did in five, and this is why the franchise is kind of falling off a little bit, you know, because it reminds me of the Rock version of the Fast Furious. So I don't know. I don't want to get into much of that, but I'm trying to give you examples of films that they are just destroying franchises because they want to make it this super feminist thing, and they want to make women look so masculine, and they're just fighting everybody. Every film, the woman is a masculine woman that's cursing, and they're tough and they're macho and they're beating all the men up, and it's just like y'all forcing it too much. Y'all forcing it. For what reason? You're destroying movies that were great movies, you know, with great storylines, you know? Like in Terminator 1, they built a relationship between Kyle Reese and Sarah Connor. They worked the whole film doing that, keeping them together. And in Terminator 2, they built everything together between John Connor and the Terminator, all the way up to the point where they had to break Sarah Connor out of this facility and then, you know, try to develop a relationship between Sarah and the T. They did all of this just so we can get this. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking too long. All right, I'm not gonna talk much. I liked it as an action film. All right, the Rev 9 was a really cool Terminator to me, much better than the T 3000 and the TX. I thought both of those were just okay. Neither one of them was cool enough for me. The T 2000 was forever will be my favorite. Okay, and Arnold being a T 800, of course, he's always gonna be great. But the Rev 9 was cool. I didn't care much about his character, but he's a Terminator, you know? He had a little bit more sense of humor. I mean, they're going to always advance, but the whole story with Arnold and uh, him just sending texts to Sarah so she can destroy Terminators. What Terminators did she destroy? Because John Connor was killed. So why is Arnold, who is Carl, texting Sarah Connor to destroy Terminators if John is already dead? What kind of Terminators is she killing? Did she happen to run into another T 2000 or Rev 9? What, like, these are all the questions I have in my head because they're not telling us anything. Why like Danny? And the whole future with Danny was so corny. It's like it was very, very corny and forced. And I'm sorry. It's when they finally revealed the story, it was just like, really? Oh, it's not your baby. It's you. You're the hero. So what? John was the hero. Anyway, ridiculous movie. But the action was good. So I'll probably watch it again, but not in the movie theaters. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I normally go into a lot more detail with movie reveals, but I just literally left the movie theater and I just don't know what to think anymore with these films. They're just making everything bad. They're breaking everything from my childhood. They're just making it, they're just destroying it. I feel like this is personal. All right, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Peace.